This is Democracy Now! I'm Amy Goodman. We've just returned from Burlington, Vermont, where hundreds of international progressive leaders participated in a gathering hosted by the Sanders Institute. On Saturday, I had the chance to sit down with independent Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders and ask him about his efforts to pass a Green New Deal, raise the minimum wage, and protect Social Security. I began by asking him about last week's historic Senate vote to advance a resolution he co-sponsored to end military support for the Saudi-led U.S.-backed war in Yemen.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, this is just another day in the adventure in life of a pathological liar who is the president of the United States, who, despite what everybody told him in our own intelligence agencies, denies Russian influence in the 2016 election, despite what the CIA has told him about the murder of Khashoggi, tries to deny that as well. So you got a president who lives in his own world, and we hope that he will not be around for an indefinite future.
Senator Sanders, let's talk about Medicare for All.
Good.
You have a massive change now that's coming up, and that is the House will become Democratic. But that's just the House. It's not your House. It's not your House. It's not the Senate. What does that mean, and what does a path forward look like for an issue you have pushed for years?
Well, Amy, thanks for asking that question. And what I want to say, and I think all of us should be proud of this, who are supporting Medicare for All. We have come a long way in the last few years. If you and I were sitting here 3 years ago talking about Medicare for All, you'd have said, well, it's a good idea, but nobody supports it. Well, last two polls that I've seen, 70% of the American people support it. All over this country, more and more doctors' organizations are coming on board because they're tired of practicing in a dysfunctional healthcare system, which doesn't allow them to provide the treatment they want for their patients. We're making real progress. Now, I hope, in terms of Medicare for All, in terms of raising the minimum wage to a living wage, in terms of rebuilding our crumbling infrastructure, criminal justice reform, immigration reform, I hope climate change, I hope that the Congress, the new Congress, will come out and come out swinging. You remember back in '94 what Newt Gingrich did in the House with his so-called contract with America. Remember that? It was an extreme right-wing agenda. But Gingrich worked that Congress. I was there morning, noon, and night. He said, you're going to pass this. I made that promise to the American people, and you're going to do it. And that, in a way, laid the groundwork for where we are today. I think the Democratic leadership in the House has got to say to the American people, we hear you. We hear you that the current healthcare system is not working for you, that you're spending too much, that you can't afford the outrageous cost of prescription drugs. We're going to do it. And we're going to raise the minimum wage so you don't have to work for $11 an hour anymore. And we are going to deal with climate change. And we are going to deal with the broken criminal justice system. It is so imperative that the Democrats not twiddle their thumbs and take month after month after month. So I hope that the day after that new Congress is sworn in, they get to work. Now, in addition, of course, they have to deal with Trump. And they have to raise the questions that have been not discussed in the House for the last 2 weeks. They have to hold Trump accountable. But I hope that we do more than just do investigations of Trump, and that we start pushing an agenda that the American people say, hey, thank you very much.
What do you think about impeaching President Trump?
Not right now. And that's right now, obviously, we're waiting for the report of the Mueller investigation. I think we would look stupid if you jumped the gun on that. So, and it would look highly, highly political. Let Mueller continue to do his investigation, and let's see where we go from there.
General Motors. Talk about what's happening with General Motors announcing they're closing these plants.
Isn't it amazing? You know, we gave these guys huge tax breaks, and they're going to use that money to invest in their workforce, invest in their manufacturing capabilities, and now they're shutting down a number of plants in this country. We need, as I've said for a very long time, real trade legislation, and what Trump is doing is not good enough by any means. But we need real trade legislation, and we need government policy which says to large corporations, whether it is General Dynamics, whether it is General Electric, whether it is General Motors, if you want help from the United States government, you know what? You're going to have to be a good corporate citizen. You're going to have to treat your workers with respect. You're not going to shut down plants, move to Mexico. You're not going to destroy our environment. We're willing to work with you, but you have got to work with us. And that means protect the interest of American workers and our environment as well.
What do you make of President Trump saying we just won't help support them make electric cars?
Amy, if I had to comment on every word, every phrase that Trump made, that's all I would be doing. Look, the issue of climate change demands that we transform our energy system. And one of the ways that we do that is move to the electrification of our transportation system. That means massive investments in rail. It means moving toward hybrids and electric cars. That is exactly what we have to do. Now, Trump, who either is ignorant of climate change or who pleads ignorance and is rejecting science, is on the wrong side of history. We have got to move incredibly boldly. We have a town meeting, a live stream town meeting coming up on Monday night dealing with just this issue. So bottom line here is what the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has told us. That 12 years before irreparable damage is done to this planet. We know damage is already taking place. Take a look what happened in California in terms of the wildfires. But we have got to move very aggressively, and one of those areas is moving to electric cars, moving to hybrid cars, moving to wind, moving to solar, and making our buildings much more energy efficient. All of Trump's appointees, I mean, he has made the Environmental Protection Agency into the Anti-Environment Protection Agency. He has made it into the Fossil Fuel Agency. So, all of its appointments are beyond belief in terms of their contempt for environmental protection and their support for the fossil fuel industry. But above and beyond Trump, we have an issue that must bring countries all over the world together. This is not simply an American issue. We have got to be leaders in this. But even if we do the right thing, we're going to need the help of China. China is making some significant changes in terms of solar. We deserve credit for that. Still burning a lot of coal. But we need to bring the entire world together to transform our energy system. Not going to be easy, but that is what the future of the planet depends upon.
Is General Motors a done deal? What can the U.S. government do when
nothing is ever a done deal? One of the things you learn in Congress is nothing is ever a done deal. I mean, if you have a strong president who is willing to say, you know what, we may want to rethink this or rethink our relationship to you or U.S. and military contracts. I mean, one of the tools that you do have, not just with General Motors, with other major corporations, is many of them receive government contracts. And right now, when it is done, quote-unquote, well, is you come in with a bid that's lower than my company, presumably you get that contract.
What's a Green New Deal?
A Green New Deal is creating many millions of decent-paying jobs, transforming our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. A Green New Deal means that we weatherize buildings all across this country so that they're utilizing less energy. A Green New Deal means that instead of subsidizing coal and oil and gas and giving them all kinds of tax breaks, etc., we put our resources into wind, solar, and other sustainable type of energies. It means that we create the kind of rail system that we need to efficiently get passengers and cargo all over this country, among other things.
Talk about what the Stop Bezos Act is, which stands for what? Stop bad employers by zeroing out subsidies? Talk about the significance of the richest man on earth.
Well, here's what we got. Today in America, and it's a good thing, unemployment is